Hello there, wonderful people and friends. I welcome you to this new episode of Moments with Pastor Funke. It's always a great pleasure to have you be a part of each insightful episode. Trusting you'll be blessed by this teaching that I have titled, The Power of Choice. Friends, I'm of the firm belief that when God created man in his image in Genesis 1:28, one of the attributes he gave man is the power to make choices, though within certain boundaries. We see this in the Garden of Eden when God told Adam he could eat the fruits from any of the trees in the garden except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. See Genesis 2:16 and 17. Now, to my mind, this is probably why there are so many conflicts in the world. When one person tries to make choices for another that doesn't agree with him. Let me briefly share with us a few of the choices man can make and why it is important that those choices be made well. Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. The first one is the choice of life or death. Now, on the surface, this may appear, but after careful consideration, we'll see that every day human beings make the choice of whether they want to live or to die. The book of Proverbs has so many verses on what brings life. Mostly they are tied to wisdom and instruction. Now, here's one I really like. Proverbs 13:3 says, He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. Let me try to bring this home and give a practical example or two. Now, when a person refuses to eat healthily, they don't exercise, not enough rest, or perhaps they live a sedentary lifestyle, that person may be making the choice against life. Another one, sometimes people decide to have friends who get them into activities that are immoral or illegal. That person may have inadvertently chosen death over life. How about the man or woman who takes drugs? It seems as if it's not a big deal, it's just a social thing. But that choice could lead to untimely death. I can keep going on, but I believe we get the gist. Friends, choose life. Now, number 2. Joshua 24:15 says, And if it seems evil to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Friends, God will never force anyone to serve him, but there are benefits and repercussions depending on the choice made. Number 3, the choice of a spouse. Thank God in this age, in most cultures, a person has the choice of who they marry. As with all the other choices, however, exercising wisdom and great care is critical to making wise choices. Let me quickly share with you some signs to look for in choosing a spouse. Number 1, if you want to marry someone who doesn't have a life except yours, you may be choosing death. Number 2, if they are trying to isolate you by taking you away from old friends and family, watch out, it may be the wrong choice. Number 3, if the person has hit you before marriage, it is not if, it's when they'll hit you again. And by the way, with every incident, the intensity and audacity will increase. Number 4, if they're complaining about nearly everything you do, you'll never please them in marriage. It will only get worse. Get out. Number 5, if they never take responsibility and they always find a way to blame you for what happens, you need to run. Number 6, if members of their family and close friends are stylishly telling you that their friend or sibling is difficult to handle, believe them. They know better. Number 7, if he or she seem to be overly interested in your finances, what do you make? How much have you saved? What investments do you have? That may be the main reason for their interest in you. Think again. And number 8, if you don't have peace about that relationship, run, run, run. Friends, may God give you the grace and wisdom to make wise choices that will glorify him and build you up in Jesus' name. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to having you join us again next week by God's grace. Until then, blessings to you. I'm Pastor Funke. Bye for now.